it's Kerry from Vegan Anxious, and I thought I'd raise a completely different subject today about my binge eating and how veganism and going vegan or going on a plant-based diet has helped me curb that massively. I've yo-yo dieted for as long as I can remember, since about 11 or 12. So I started to put on a bit of weight when I stopped exercising at school, stopped doing all the primary school um, gym, like PE classes and things like that, because it wasn't cool. So I always loved food. I remember my mum catching me eating biscuits in the bathroom, or coming out with biscuit crumbs down my front and asking me if I'd eaten any biscuits. And I was like, no. I hadn't just eaten a few biscuits. I mean, this was when I was little. I'd probably eaten the whole pack. And that's the sort of thing that has carried on through my life. I'm really good at diets. I love diets. I will start going on more like a health kick. I'll find like a new health kick that I've found out about that's supposed to be really good for your body and your energy, and I will literally follow it to the book. So Slimming World, Weight Watchers. I've done something called V-Shred, what's it called, like hula hooping diet, the Dance Me Fit diet. I've gone on fasting. Fasting's pretty good. The Fast 800, the 5-2. So I've done loads, and I follow them really well, and I do really well on them. And then I think about food all day. All day I can't wait for that meal, that dinner, that lunch, that breakfast. I go to bed thinking about it. I get myself to sleep thinking about it. And then after a few weeks, I binge. So my husband's not home. I come in and I think, I'll just eat a bit of cereal. I'll just have a few bits out of that, and then I'll close the door. Or just a few bits more. I'll put my hand in the packet and a few bits more. And then that literally turns into sitting on the floor and just pushing as much into my face as possible. Then some biscuits. So I've found some oat bars. Some crackers that I'll just get some cheese out, like cream cheese, Via Life or something, out of the fridge and start scooping that out. I mean, this was before as well, so it was probably cream cheese actually. And just getting in as much food. Done it so much sometimes that I've actually thrown up, and not because I've made myself throw up, although I have done that on a couple of occasions, and it's not a good idea. I've never been a bulimic or anything, but at some point when I've just had so much food in I feel so physically ill that I don't know what to do with myself because I've filled myself up. I remember my friend making my daughter a birthday cake, and me just picking up a wedge of a cake, and it was literally about this big, and just eating it all until I felt physically sick, because I just wanted to get that food into me, because I felt like I was missing out. And even some of the diets I wasn't missing out. I could have that chocolate bar if I wanted to, but I've always had a problem with this. And then once that happens, I get depressed, and I just then think, right, I've ruined it, that's it, might as well eat for the rest of the week or the month. And I can literally put on a stone or more in a couple of weeks. And that's not an exaggeration. If I go abroad on holiday, I can literally put on a stone and more and come back in 2 weeks, a stone and a bit heavier. At Christmas, in 2 weeks, I put on a stone and a half. And I feel horrendous. I can't fit into my own clothes. I'm depressed, I'm unhappy, and I just can't stop thinking about it. I spend most of my life thinking about being thin, being healthy, not letting my daughter grow up having these same issues that I have, and just not thinking about food all the time. So I became vegan about 2 months ago, after seeing a vegan activist in the Cube in my town. So I came home and I decided I'm going to throw everything out. Then I started listening to some podcasts on binge eating, and that helped massively as well. And I thought, do you know what? I can't diet and try and turn vegan. I'm just and go vegan and change my lifestyle. It's just too much. So I started introducing plant-based diet, like getting some vegan cookbooks. And at first I didn't go for the alternatives too much. I did for my daughter, but for me, I just started cooking some healthy meals. Really enjoyed that, because I knew if I wanted to, I was like, on the weekend, I'm gonna have a nice bottle of wine, and we'll get some chocolate. We'll try out some new vegan chocolates. That'd be excited. So I knew I had something to look forward to if I wanted to. So I just started eating normal whole food meals. So I always fast until 12 anyway, because if I have breakfast I'm starving. So I would have like a Buddha bowl for lunch, and then for tea I would get recipes from the Bosch books or the um, Lucy Watson vegan cookbook as well, just because I was learning and I'm not a very good cook anyway, so I need to follow recipes. So I would do that, and I went from 12.5 down to 10.10 in literally like 6 weeks without actually dieting, first of all. So I would have chocolate, I would have that, but then vegan cheese started creeping in. And even though actually I stayed pretty much the same between sort of like 10 and 10.12, so I was only going up a couple of pounds, and I've never done that in my life. I've never maintained. If I stay at a weight, then I'll fluctuate up a stone and then go down. I won't stay like 3-4 weeks at the same level. So about 3 months ago now, I think I've been vegan, but I have stayed the same the last sort of 3 weeks, which is amazing for me anyway. And I actually haven't binged, because if I wanted a bowl of cereal, I would. And to be fair, everything in my house is so much healthier now because I'm not buying like the snacks, the treats or anything like that, because it's harder to find ones that are cheap enough on vegan that I want to have anyway. So I just not bothered. I'm not as fussed. The only thing that's difficult is the vegan cheese, and that's about it actually. Because I didn't realise that was mostly oil, so I'm trying to cut down on that. I do have a lot of oil as well in my diet, and I'm trying to cut down on that because I know that's not part of a whole food diet. But all of this, the vegan food that I'm eating, which is full of beans, pulses, lentils, I love lentils, pui lentils are amazing, fill me up so much more that I actually don't want to binge because I'm not hungry, which is amazing. So I'm just so much fuller. And since I started, I thought I'd go on a 3-day detox. So I did a smoothie detox because I quite like smoothies. They're easy to make. They're usually tasty. I mean, this one wasn't because it was a 3-day detox and it had a lot of parsley, and I hate parsley and so it was not great. It wasn't actually that bad because you got 2 snacks in between. I love banana and peanut butter or almond butter, and I love hummus. So it wasn't brilliant, but it was pretty good. And that knocked off £5 in 3 days. So that was brilliant. And I didn't actually want to binge because I still wasn't hungry, because the things that I'm putting in my body are filling me up. So luckily, I'm actually like, yeah, all right, I'm not satisfied in the fact that I've just eaten a nice chocolate bar, but I'm so full I don't want anything anyway, because I'm like drank this smoothie for an hour. So I actually found it hard to fit the snacks in the day because I was so full. So I'm now starting my smoothie 3-week diet instead. I hate saying diet, but I'm more trying to get healthy in lockdown, doing exercise. Exercise is great for my mental health. However much I don't want to do it, every time I do it, I feel amazing afterwards. I'm way more productive. So I really want to take that on going forward out of this. And I've done 2 days of just normal smoothies, and they taste great, thank God, and they're lovely, and I really enjoy drinking those. So I've had one for breakfast, I'll have one for lunch and a snack, and I have one for breakfast and one for lunch and a snack, and then I will have a normal tea. So I found the Bosch healthy book, which is brilliant because I didn't know they did that. I don't know if you can buy it as a paperback. I've got it as an ebook anyway because it was cheaper, and I've started making some recipes from that, and they're really filling and tasty. So I've planned those for the week. Planning is a godsend. If you can plan your meals for your week, only buy what you need for those meals, that also massively, I know it's a little bit controlling, so sometimes if I'm over control then I will end up binge eating, but at the same time I don't like waste, and I find a little bit of control makes me feel in control. So I do like a bit of routine. I like knowing what I'm having. At least then I know if I've got that smoothie for lunch, I'm not going to binge because I know I've got something there. I know I'm making something nice. So actually that's been better for my binge eating, is planning, but also knowing what I'm eating is filling. So I'm not going to be starving because I've just had a little tiny salad with a piece of chicken. which does not fill me up at all. And also I look back on the meals that I had before I was vegan, and I wasn't cooking, I was just eating meat and veg and potatoes. But the veg on its own just was so rubbish that I'd end up eating more of the potatoes and the meat than I would the veg. Whereas now I'm getting so much fibre and protein and all fruit and green veg into me that I'm full, satisfied, and it's a lot healthier, and obviously it's better for the planet, we all know that, and massively better for the animals. So my peace of mind there is even better. So I feel like not only am I getting healthy, I'm doing something great in the process. So I literally feel like becoming vegan is the best thing that I've ever done. I love the effect it's having on my family. I love the effect it's having on my health. And hopefully I'll do an update on this in a month's time, and I won't have binged, and I'll be thinner. Who knows? So, but it's not all about being thin. I know that, but it does make me mentally feel happier, makes me feel sexier, makes me feel nicer for my husband. It makes me feel better for my daughter being brought up in that way. And I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to be thinner, but healthy thinner, because it's good for your health. You're going to live longer. You're going to teach better morals to a child. And I know people say love you for who you are, but I'm happier when I'm healthy and doing exercise. So then I love myself more and I don't resent myself. So as this journey goes on, I'm just feeling more and more happier than I ever have done. So I'm hoping that will continue. And like I said, I'll do an update in maybe a month's time, see where I am then. And if anyone else wants any help with their sort of vegan binge eating or any comments, I really appreciate. So thank you for listening to me again, and I'll speak about this in a month's time, but I have got other YouTube videos, so please check those out as well. Like, subscribe and share. That'd be great. Thank you.